Hello, I wanted to put a quick tutorial together to show you how to basically save your projects in a way that it doesn't just save the Ableton project that you're currently working on, but it also saves the samples that you're working on too. So there's a couple of different ways of doing this. For example, if I showed you this project that I'm working on here at the minute, so I'll let you listen to it for a second. So there's a lot of different things going on there. There's a lot of different drum samples that I've made from recording some of the Ableton samples and rearranging them and editing them and kind of messing around with them to make them my own. So that would be these samples here. And basically what I want to do is I want these samples to be included when I save the file, and the reason being is because I might want to share this with somebody else that doesn't have these samples. So basically what I want to do is I want to collect all and save everything within this one project, and I want to put it into one folder, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do now. So if I go to File, Collect All and Save, and I select all of these options here. So basically, long story short, it's asking, do you want to save files from pretty much everywhere? If it's the factory packs, the user library, other projects, or anywhere else, basically, you can collect everything and save it all together in this one project, and that's basically what you want to do if you're sharing your music with anybody else. So I'll hit OK, and then I will look for this in the folder that I normally save my music in, and we're not done yet. So if I bring this over so I can see it, I just need to minimize this and bring over this window. Okay, so I'm going to go to my external hard drive and go to Ableton Project Backups. Then I'm going to go down to me, and then I'm going to arrange these in the order. Okay, so this is the track here. Now I've collected all and saved everything, but basically I'm looking at the size of this file, and it's 320 kilobytes. Now there's 1,000 kilobytes in a megabyte, so I know this isn't everything. So basically what I need to do is I need to save this in a slightly different way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and save this, and I'm going to put it on to the desktop, and I'll show you the difference between these folders in 1 second. So if I go back in here now and go to File, and then basically Save Live Set As, so this is step 1, and I'm going to rename this tutorial. Okay, then I'm going to select where I want to put that, which is the desktop. Hit save again. Okay, so now it's put a folder onto the desktop with this name. Now what I need to do is I need to collect everything within this Ableton project and send it to that folder. So if I hit collect all and save, it's asking me this now again, do you want to save everything and send it basically to that folder that you've specified? And I do. So I hit OK, and that's it, copying all of the samples into that folder, hopefully. And if we go and look for that now, excuse me, so there's 3 different ones here, but that's 2 that I've done before. So we'll look for the exact name that we're after. Test project, no. Tutorial, yeah, that's the one. So if I double click here, and if I look now, I've got the Ableton project info. Then you have backups, so these are all the different versions of this project that I've had over time. So basically if you're working on a project one day and then you go back in a different day and you save it, well, this is all your different options here, all your different saved versions of that actual tune that you're working on. Now I think this only happens in Ableton 10, so you might not have this if you're working on any of the earlier versions, but this is the one that we're looking for here, samples. So these are all the samples that I have within that track, and they're now all stored in here. So if I go to recorded, you have all the different audio here, and look at the file size in some of these. So I think collectively this is about 171 megabytes or something. Even if I right click here and go to get info, it'll tell me roughly the size, 87.88 megabytes on the samples alone. So it gives you an idea that, you know, your file should be a hell of a lot bigger than what the ALS file is. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that kind of gives you an idea as to what you're doing. I know it's not simple or straightforward, but it's good to get your head around this as quickly as possible. And also there's a few other things that you can look at when you're in Ableton. If you go to user library, and sorry, my mistake, if you go down to current project, all of your samples should show up here. And these are all the samples that I have within this particular track. So if that's not happening, let's go up to options or view and go to file manager, and then on the right hand side you've got a few options here. So what does it say? The file manager helps organize all of your files that you're working with in live, so your samples, movies, presets, live clips and sets. This current live set bottom lip extraction, which is the name, so I can click here and go manage set, and then it'll ask you then click below to view all samples, and that's all of the samples that I have selected. So it knows that the samples are there. If there's any missing files, it'll tell you. External files, it'll tell you here as well. Okay, so below that, if you go down, then the next option is this live set belongs to project bottom lip extraction. So you can click on this, and then basically what it's doing is it's showing you the project location, exactly where it is, and it should be on the desktop, which it is. Project contents, so basically it's saying this project contains 83.1 megabyte of data, 2 live sets, so there's 2 different versions of this set basically, and there's 25 media files at 82.4 megabyte. So that tells you the actual size of the total thing as well. So yeah, that's hopefully cleared a couple of wee bits and pieces up as to what the difference is between an ALS file and a project file. So again, the ALS file is simply the information that Ableton needs to open your project up. So you know, it'll tell Ableton which instruments that you're using, what MIDI notes that you have in there. It'll also dictate the layout, and but if there's any samples, it won't do that. So you basically need your sample library, and that's what you're doing when you're collecting on save. You're attaching your sample library to the overall project, and the overall project is this folder here, and then this is everything within that project. So this is a folder and this is a file, so you basically need the folder set up and not the file set up. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can give me a shout and let me know. Okay.